All right, folks, so I'm sure everybody's heard the story that if you drop your helmet, that you have to replace it. It's no good. So this came directly from a seminar that we had with Snell, and they explained to us that so basically when it comes to helmets, there's a multitude of selections. Half helmets, or as they call them, skid lids, 3/4 helmets, and then you have full face. You also have what are called modular helmets. The modular helmet is a full face helmet that actually opens the front up. I usually recommend those to people that have issues with claustrophobia. They're made of all kinds of different materials. You got anywhere from plastic to fiberglass, Kevlar, and also we have carbon fiber. The carbon fiber, of course, is super, super light and very, very strong. In Cycle Gear and everyone involved with the Komodo family, we go through extensive training on how to fit people for helmets, etc. And one of the things to remember is the helmet is a very serious piece of safety equipment. It has to fit properly in order to do its job. And the opposite, if you get the wrong size helmet, it could be the difference between life and death, because you could actually cause more damage to yourself because the helmet doesn't fit properly. Most people don't know this, but if a helmet fits properly, basically, you're going to get what we call chipmunk cheeks on a full face helmet. When you first put it on, it'll be to the point where it feels like if you talk or you open your mouth or whatever, you bite the inside of your cheeks. That's usually a good fit because the helmet's going to break in. It shouldn't feel loose, and it should be a little bit of a struggle the first time you put it on and try it on, because that means it's not going to come off very easily or move around. So this I jokingly call Bilt's Italian Big Brother. Italian Big Brother. I like that. The joke with this is built. This is our entry level. This is our next step up. So a lot of the same features with a few upgrades. This one has this little thing right here, which is called a pin lock. The pin lock gives you the ability to install a feature inside of here, another lens, which stops this from fogging up. Okay. So definitely nice to have in the mornings when you're breathing heavy. Has diverter. It also has the drop down visor right there, and you'll notice that all your accoutrements and stuff on the helmet are all put on the left hand side. So clutch side. Keep your hands on your throttle and your brake. Ventilation. It's got exhaust vents, etc. Exhaust vents. Exhaust vents in the back end, right here and here. So that allows the hot air to escape while the cool air comes from the front. And if you don't want it, you simply close it or open it. Okay. And these are the vents on top. From the big brother to little brother. If you look here, the padding here, I said not as thick and as substantial. Okay. But look at this one here and squeeze that. Oh yeah. Yeah. The higher end helmets, which you notice in the padding, etc., it's just a more comfortable ride. Yeah. So for long distances and stuff, something that you may not notice, there's a little seam in the helmet right here, and it doesn't bug you when you ride every day, day to day, here and there. But when you're on a 700-mile ride and that thing's been sitting there for 10 hours, yeah, then it starts to become an issue. So one of the things we'll kind of zoom in on a little bit. You notice that the finish on this, that's actual woven carbon fiber. So carbon fiber is a composite, and it is super, super light. And as you saw, this is substantially lighter than the other helmet that's exactly the same as the white one we just showed. But this right here is where we were talking about comfort, weight, so on and so forth. So this helmet, it's aerodynamic. It does everything that the other helmet does. It's a lot lighter. So in the end, over a long period of time, that's less weight. Saving a couple grams here and there equates to a lot less fatigue. This is a pin lock. It looks yellow right now because there's a film on it, so you can tell that it needs that it's protected, but you peel that film off, and this goes right inside there and fits on these little clips. Okay. On the inside. And so what it does is it creates, you see there's a little ridge right here? It creates a passage for air to go through so that it doesn't fog up the okay. That's it right there. So, and it covers the full width. Okay. So if you look, that's not just the opening, that's the pin lock right there. That rim right there is the actual lens protector. Okay. Keeps it from fogging up. This is a Shoei brand? Yes, this is the Shoei RF 1400. Okay. So it's one of our more popular models. It's pretty much a standard or intermediate. It's a little more expensive. It also comes with pin lock. It comes with the unit. This one does not have a drop down visor. So DOT is Department of Transportation. They have a certain criteria that the helmet has to be tested and meet in order to get their stamp. We also have another company that rates it called Snell. Snell was designed for racing. Initially, it was car racing, and Snell has different standards that they do, and they will not sign off on a helmet that has a drop down visor.
Oh, okay.
So it has to do with the functionality of the helmet after an impact. And if you take an impact right there, it can't come down. It doesn't function anymore. Showy helmet. Aerodynamic, very aerodynamic. And most of the manufacturers put them in wind tunnels and test them in wind tunnels for aerodynamics to see how clean they are. So another thing that you're going to have is different helmets, depending on what level they are, have different features. This one is designed so that it can't fly up on you at speed. You have to push the button in order to get to come up. So most of your helmets now too also have a notch out already ready for your speakers.
Okay, I like that.
So this right here, you pop that out and then that comes right out, and notice there's a spot for your speaker.
Okay, and like you said, if you buy your hat here or helmet here, and then you decide 2 weeks from now you want to put the Bluetooth in, maybe it's by paycheck to paycheck or whatever it is, you guys will do that for the customer.
We will install for you. This, and I've been called bougie, and I accept it. This is the Arai Corsair X. As far as regular helmets go, not going extreme racing helmet, to me this is one of the top. Arai, if you notice the difference in Arai has a round shape. So think about it. When you throw a ball, the ball travels through the air nicely. Why? Because it's round, less resistance.
Yeah.
So the idea behind the Arai is all these parts and pieces on here, they snap right off. So the idea is
these will snap off?
In an accident, if you're skipping across the ground, none of this snags. So it shears off, and guess what? You have a ball on your head, and none of this is going to snag and cause your head to go.
Yeah.
So this helmet will continue to roll and move around. That's the idea behind their shape. So this helmet, especially here living in a desert environment, one of the things I want airflow.
Yes.
So this thing has a ridiculous number of vents on it. As you see, it's got front vent right there.
Okay.
It has eyebrow vents.
Oh,
on the
gotta keep my eyebrows cool.
Mm-hmm. It has detents which actually hold it in place at different levels. It has 1, 2, 3 front vents right there. It has dual adjustable back vents, exhaust vents back here.
That I could do while I'm riding? I mean, I can just go.
You can feel back there.
Wow.
It has a spoiler on the back, which actually, so it's for downforce.
Okay. I need the dreaded downforce on my Harley freewheeler.
And then it has open exhaust vents on there too.
Okay.
So this helmet breathes. Now, you talked about padding.
I think I'm gonna find the Louis Vuitton of padding here.
Feel that.
All right, you got me.
So my joke is, this is putting a pillow on your head.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that's the Louis Vuitton for us women out there. That is the creme de la creme.
And then the other thing on this one is they went so far as this. So for your headphones or for your speakers and stuff, this piece actually pops out and it has a pocket designed for the speaker to go in there, so it doesn't even have to go into the helmet.
And now it's time to get sized for the helmet that I chose. I chose this DC graphite helmet.
Carbon fiber. So first of all, when you go to put a helmet on, one of the things you want to do is you want to grab the D-ring here and the other end here, and you want to pull this out as wide as you can to get it on, and use these straps to pull it down over your head. So that way you're not peeling your ears down, so on and so forth, and having to make all kinds of crazy adjustments to get it in. So she said XL. I'll give her that. I'll let her try the XL, and let's see if that's her size. And what we're gonna do is look at me. Okay, hold your head up. Okay, and we're gonna sit right there. How does that feel right now?
It actually feels good.
Okay, so we're gonna hold right there for a minute. One of the things I'm looking for right now is to see, go ahead and shake your head a little. Okay. There's no real play on there right now as far as the helmet goes, but remember, the helmet's gonna break in. It'll only break in as much as as much as it has to. But what we don't wanna do is we don't wanna have it moving around on its own right now. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna check and see how much space she has on the cheeks. She's not quite getting squeezed on the cheeks, so the sizing may be close. She might be a large, but we'll find out. Okay, what I'm gonna do is hold right here. Go ahead and turn your head for me. Ah, you see that? Go the other way. Okay, it's a little too much play right there. Now do me a favor, I'm holding the helmet in place. Now look up. See that?
Oh, I hate when that happens.
So that tells us right there, we need to see about going down the size.
Same brand, same everything. We're gonna take my tabs. Now what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid I'm gonna be too claustrophobic. But if it's important and I'm sized properly, I should feel no movement like that.
Correct.
It's not as snug as I thought.
Look up for me. Now, one of the things you notice right now is she's got the chipmunk cheeks going on now. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, go ahead and turn your head. And over. All right, and up. And down.
It does fit better.
Yep. Okay. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have her keep the helmet on for about 2 minutes. What we're looking for is we're looking for what we call hot zones, whether or not there's any excessive pressure above the brow, around the crown, or in the jaw lines. So that's kind of what we're looking for right now. We're gonna do a little bit of adjustment here. Look up again. Same way I want you, lift your hair up off your forehead so I can see. Okay.
Oh yeah, just show all my wrinkles.
And what we're looking for right here to see if there's any banding across there, if there's any type of pressure banding. I'm not seeing that. Turn your head to the side for me. Okay, that looks good there. Yeah. That looks like we got a good fit with that helmet.
But first of all, let me thank you very much. Absolutely. You've been a longtime friend. So this is a man that if you don't follow him on social media, find him on there. Email Biker Down. I'll be happy to give you his contact information. I always appreciate spending this kind of quality time with people that truly care about keeping riders safe on the road. So thank you so much, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a little bit long, but I hope you took some notes. If not, watch it again. So thank you. Ride safe.
All right, folks. So I'm sure everybody's heard the story that if you drop your helmet, that you have to replace it. It's no good. So this came directly from a seminar that we had with Snell, and they explained to us that in order for the helmet, as long as the shell is still intact and it's not fractured, in order for the main safety feature on that helmet, which is the foam inside, to be void, it has to have pressure on it. So impact from the outside with nothing on the inside does not activate the foam. You have to have, I think they said, approximately 5 pounds inside the helmet. So if it's empty and it drops on its crown, as long as the shell isn't cracked, you didn't activate it. It has to have 5 pounds inside of it. So you don't have to buy a brand new helmet.
So that myth is